Hey Taurus, thank you so much for joining me over here at Energy to Elevate, where the mission of my channel and the intention of this reading is to use my spiritual gifts to increase and elevate you and yours. Please keep in mind that this is a general collective reading, so messages come through for those who most need to hear them at this time. A lot of different messages will come through, so if it resonates with you, please take it, apply it to your life, your past, use it for your highest good. If it doesn't, feel free to leave it right where it is. I pray online, preach offline, and the prayer is always something along the lines of God, more of you, less of me. So, let's get into your energy for the month of September, Taurus. I also want to apologize, you guys, because I know I'm late with this reading and you guys are last but most certainly not least. So, the layout that I've been using for the month of September is to do a pre-shuffle, which are these three cards that are laid out here from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses Oracle deck. We're going to use the Muse Tarot deck, which is this one over here, to really clarify each of these cards and really get into the specific details of each of the cards for you guys. And then finally, we're going to go into the Soul's Journey to get clear about the lessons that are really arising for you to address and look at this month, Taurus. And then finally, we'll top it off with a final encouraging word from the universe as your Beck Oracle deck. So, Taurus. September feels like you're finally kind of seeing your way through. If you've been in a period of uncertainty, just being unsure about certain situations, about questioning the why around certain things, and why it looks the way it looks, why things happen the way they happen, why in general. I feel like in September things are going to be a lot clearer around why. If there were any obstacles that you were really struggling with, trying to move forward, trying to get out of, anything that you needed to release yourself from, anything that kind of presented itself as something that you had to overcome or release or surrender, I feel like in September you're really moving into clearer pastures, like greener pastures, really releasing any confusion, any setbacks, any delays. September feels like there will be movement. And a part of that movement is kind of like some divine inspiration coming into you. There are certainly gifts coming in the month of September for you. Really positive gifts, things that are going to bring you joy. This feels like blessings. This feels like blessings after a time of what just could have been some really stagnant, stuck energy, or just a period of where it just felt like things weren't flowing. So that's what I kind of feel overall for you guys in September. So let's go ahead and clarify some of these cards. Going on for Taurus in September. Taurus. What is becoming clear? The Angel of Clearing for Taurus. Yeah. So a part of what's driving this change, this newness that I said was coming into you guys, is you getting really clear in your mind, like with your vision Really having the power to take yourself out of situations that are no longer serving you. This could be releasing anything that you could have been doing in excess. This could be releasing codependent relationships, unhealthy relationships, toxic people, places, things, that type of thing. Anything that you felt that you were kind of connected to that really wasn't allowing you to be prosperous, allowing you to feel free. You were really taking charge of this in September and taking it upon yourself to cut this out so you can have newness, so that you can start over. You're really clear about where there's no longer potential growth in something, where there's no longer positivity within things. You're taking the lead to cut out anything that makes you feel off balance. You're really seeking balance here, and you're realizing that in some areas of your life, in order to bring in balance, in order to bring in happiness, in order to bring in prosperity, abundance, sometimes releasing, letting go, starting over from the beginning is the best case. Sometimes, what is it? Sometimes taking an L is a win. It feels like you're taking some L's here, but you're counting them as wins. It's like, oh God, I'm gonna mess this up. The Bible verse where it talks about counting all things as joy. Like, even if it was hard, even if it hurt, even if you couldn't really see how you were gonna move through this, you got really clear that in order to turn this into a win, you're okay with taking the short term L because you're focused on something long term. But yeah, that verse is just in my head. Like something about like I count it all joy. Ooh, I count it all joy. And I'm terrible for not being able to remember that verse, Lord. Okay. So yeah, you're being creative about how to move forward. Definitely holding a lot of things close to your heart. Definitely keeping some things concealed within yourself, meaning you're not sharing a lot of what you're thinking, what you're planning with other people. You may feel as though if you were to share the fullness of your plans, that someone would kind of throw you off track as you seek to get this balance and get things back in order in some areas. What is this magician? You may also feel as though there are certain people you can't trust with what you're building, with what you're working on. You feel like you have to be strategic about how you move forward because there are a lot of pieces in play. There could also be a lot of other people who are affected by these choices, by these decisions. So you're feeling like you have to be really precise. You have to juggle a lot of different things. You'd also be not sharing it because you feel as though what you're setting your mind to, what you're setting your intentions to are really far off from where you are right now. Other people may be discouraging to you. In the space that you're in right now, you need this positivity because like you have this idea, you have this vision, you have this plan, and it may be really different from what people are used to. It may be something that seems completely innovative, far-fetched, like not what people are used to. And you know it's going to take some time to get to it, but you have your mind set on this thing. And it's like you don't want other people to distract you from your path, to discourage you from taking this path. And it's not like you don't see that there'll be potential obstacles here. But it's like you know you have what it takes inside of you. Could also be trying to move past some past disappointment, some past pain. But you've made a decision to move forward. Could definitely be a codependent relationship person here. I see Virgo, Aries, Leo, air sign as well, air signs as well, where you've really made this firm decision to not go back and forth with yourself anymore, no longer move towards things that don't bring you prosperity. People who don't think like you. There's also some conflict that you're trying to keep out, or you're distancing yourself from conflict by making that firm decision to kind of like take your offer somewhere else, take your creativity somewhere else. Like, you feel like you can be more abundant, more prosperous with either on your own or with someone else, apart from whatever this is that you're detaching yourself from. It also doesn't have to be a person. It could just be anything that brought you disappointment and conflict. It could be like a job that no longer satisfies you, where you know you don't get along with your coworkers, you don't get along with your boss, that type of thing, where there's no potential for financial advancement, financial growth, where you're not able to really have security and stability financially. I see that could also be a potential scenario here. And you do have a new beginning here. That's likely what this, what did it say? Something wondrous and magical is about to happen to you in September. This is Ace of Cups. You could also have been hiding your emotions, hiding how deeply it is you feel about a particular situation here, feeling like there was no one who really understood you, and also having to really deal with these emotions on your own, kind of feeling like September's gonna feel like a brush of fresh air. Like there's just newness coming in a lot of different areas, but it's newness that you're creating by choosing to focus on something else, choosing to build something else, choosing to create something that only, I don't want to say only you can believe in, or only you can see. How do I explain this? You're definitely starting something new here. And it may be delayed, or it's like it's coming in slowly, because you have the Ace of Cups, the Fool in reverse, the Magician in reverse, and you have Temperance in reverse. You may also be wrapping up the end of a karmic cycle here, really coming to the end of, like I said, something that felt really heavy, really burdensome. Yeah, Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There's a new beginning here, but there's also something that needs to be wrapped up. So it's like I said, if it's a relationship, it's like there's a new start here, a new beginning with a new person. However, there's something that needs to be closed and ended with the old person, where you no longer believe in it, or you no longer see a future with this person. Or it could be like a new job offer coming in, but before you can start this new job, you gotta resign from your old job, wrap up some old projects, that type of thing. Like, there's a beginning, but there must be an ending. I'm surprised that the Death card hasn't popped up here, because that's what that energy kind of feels like for you in September, Taurus. So let's see, what is the Fool? Why is the Fool in reverse for Taurus? There's some healing that needs to be done. There's some truth that needs to be told. There may be something that you need to communicate either with someone else or really get clear with internally. Again, we have Virgo energy, Cancer, Leo. This definitely feels like you need to spend some time alone, really meditating, praying. This feels like having the strength to take things to God, creator, source, whatever you call it, your higher power, to really ensure where you're going and what you see is divinely inspired. And there's also something here about faith. Having the faith to look to the future. Expecting the best, expecting abundance. It's like, this also feels like you could have been really close to giving up. Like, really close to forfeiting the promises of prosperity that are ahead of you. And it could be because you hadn't necessarily seen a lot manifested in the physical, where you kind of started doubting if you were going the right way, if you were doing the right things, if you had the strength to keep going. So I want to encourage you right now, Taurus, to keep moving forward and not give up, because you are headed towards great things. And it's like the Bible verse where it's like, not that I have attained, but I continue to press on towards the higher calling. In September, you're going to really need to press on, continue to move forward, because there are a lot of great things coming in for you. There's a lot of change here. There's a lot of new beginnings here. There's stability coming in for you. But you also have to do your part. And a part of that is really getting, one, maintaining your faith, two, being really creative and open and receptive to how things come into you, getting some rest, because it definitely feels like you've been through a hard cycle here. Yeah. For sorts of healing, resting, healing, being creative, having faith are all going to be really important for you in the month of September, Taurus. Keep going. Okay. Any final messages for Taurus? Press on. I think that's what I'm going to call this. Press on. Okay. Here it is again. If there was anything confusing, or if you were feeling confused or overwhelmed in your love life, there's definitely something coming forward towards you. Something. Here it is again. It's like the messages that keep coming out for you are like, there's something coming in, but you also have to play your part. Maybe I'll call it that. Press on and play your part. Because like what I see right now is there's an into confusion around love because there's something coming in. However, it's delayed because there's some action that you need to take and some things that you need to surrender. So it's like the whole if this, then that. I don't know. There are a lot of contingencies here. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Let's see. What are the lessons? What are the lessons for Taurus in the month of September? What lessons are coming up for Taurus? Oh, you got a bunch. Okay. Let's do them in order. First card you got is honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Then we have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Then we have balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. We have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. I accept that everything happens in divine order. And finally, we have envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So in September, Taurus, don't pay too much attention to those who are envious of you. Try to see them as, an individual going through their own particular challenges, and their challenges might not look like yours. And often people become envious of people when they feel as though they have something that they lack. Be patient. Know that divine timing is definitely working in your favor. You're always in the right place at the right time, even if it doesn't feel that way, even if you don't see it. Balance, grief, and honesty, all in September. And let's get the final encouraging word for you guys. Taurus, if this video has been at all encouraging, empowering, helpful to you, please show me some encouragement by liking the video, subscribing to my channel, or just coming back next month to check out the readings. Actually, I'm gonna probably do mid-month check-in. We're already almost at mid-month, so I don't know. I'm definitely gonna do some more content for this month, and you guys will be first, so check back like next week sometime. Okay. Final encouraging word for Taurus. Taurus, we have the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. And then we have the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. The more energy and intention you bring to your faith, the more fearless you are, Taurus. Thanks, and see you in October.